Welcome back guys, and in this video we are going to see that how can we drag and drop different web elements using our Selenium WebDriver script, right? So in order to drag and drop, for example, here we have some draggable elements and we need to drag them and then drop over here, right? So this is how we will drag and drop, right? So in order to use the drag and drop function, we have some methods, and now we will see them. Okay, so I have searched here Selenium WebDriver Java docs, and now we will click over the official website Java doc link, right? And then we will move to or.openqa.selenium package, and then we will you know go to all classes, right? And we will move to the actions class. Okay, in the actions class we can see that we need to basically drag and drop. So there is a method which is named as drag and drop, right? And we need to provide the web element source which need to be dragged and the web element target. That means that we need to provide the target where it need to be dropped, right? So the draggable element and the droppable element we need to provide in this particular bracket, right? So drag and drop is the method required for dragging and dropping a particular web element, right? So let us move to the script first. Let me reload this page so that we can inspect the elements and the draggable and droppable elements properly, right? So let us move to the script, and then here we have invoked our Chrome browser, and then we have we need to move to that particular website, right? So the website is this globalsqa.com, and then drag and drop page. So copying this URL and pasting it over here, and then we have maximized the window, right? Now you can clearly see that it is a frame, right? It is a frame created over here, right? This is a particular frame. You can see this particular line, right? So this looks like a frame. Let us inspect the web page, and then clicking over the inspector button, so we can see here the iframe tag, and basically we can see that we have another HTML document embedded inside the main HTML document, right? So here we have the iframe tag. So we first need to switch to the frame, as we have seen in the previous videos that switching to frame is very important in order to access the web elements inside that particular frame, right? So in order to switch to frame, let us find this particular iframe tag. So I'm copying the XPath, and then I'm writing here driver dot find element and then by dot XPath, right? And then I'm providing the XPath of the iframe tag and closing this line. We know that the return type of find element is web element, so I'm storing it web element frame1 is equals to this, right? So we have basically stored the locator of the iframe tag in frame1, right? Now we need to switch to the frame. So driver dot switch to and then frame, and we need to provide the web element frame element, so it took it by itself frame1, right? So the frame1 contains the locator of the iframe tag, and we have provided that locator here, right? So it will switch to the frame now, and then we need to find draggable element, right? So for example, I need to drag this mountain over this particular area, right? So let me inspect it, and inspecting this is the image, right? So I need to copy the XPath of this image, and then I will write driver dot find element and then by dot XPath, and then I will provide the XPath of that particular image, right? So then I will store it into a web element kind of a return type object, right? So web element and then draggable element, right? So this is the draggable element. We need to drag it. So I have stored in a draggable object the locator of the draggable element, right? So now I will find droppable element, right? So here we need to drop it. So I'm inspecting this particular block, and this is the particular block where we need to drop it, right? So copying the XPath of this particular block and writing here driver dot find element and then by dot XPath, and then pasting the XPath of the droppable element and then closing it, and again storing it into a web element kind of a object, right? So web element and droppable. Okay, equating this. So now we have the element which needs to be dragged, and we have the location where it needs to be dropped, right? So now we will again write here action action is equals to new action, right? So what are we doing here? We are basically creating the object of the actions class, because without creating the object of the actions class we cannot access the method drag and drop, right? So as we have seen in the Java docs, action class has the method drag and drop by, right? So class is the action and we have the method inside this particular class, right? So we need to create the object of the action class. So action class takes the driver reference, this constructor takes the driver reference, right? So missing an s over here. Yeah, then we need to write driver. Okay, and then we need to import the actions from org.openqa.selenium.interactions, right? So we have imported, and now we can use the method action. Basically this is the object of the actions class which has all the methods now of actions class. So action dot drag and drop web element and source element, it took it by itself, right? So draggable and then droppable, right? Closing this particular script, control S. So now running the script, you'll see that the Chrome browser will open. It opened the website global SQA and it will maximize the window. Then it will switch to the frame and let us see. Is there a certain problem? I guess no. The script ran correctly, but okay, we did not type here action.perform. Action. So if I can do mistakes while teaching them, you can also do. So please be very careful, right? So these all are silly mistakes, and practice will only make you remember that yes, we have forgotten, action.perform. Otherwise, you will be wondering that what wrong I have done, because here there is no error, right? I hope you understand the depth of this particular error, right? So you need a lot of practice. So running the script again, you will see that Chrome browser will be opened and website global SQL will be open. Maximize the browser, switching to the frame, and it dragged and dropped, right? You can see that this picture is available over here, right? So this is how we use the drag and drop method in order to drag a particular web element and then drop it over the target location. So I hope that the video was very, very clear to you. We'll meet in the next video. Till then, keep revising, keep watching, and keep learning. Thank you.